like, I went to buy that pregnancy test thingy at the pharmacy, and the pharmacist was like, "Oh, it's normal for younger folks to be pregnant." Oh, another time I worked at retail and one of my colleagues, and she was really young. She was like 19 years old. I remember she came up. We were not close. We were not friends. She was my colleague and strictly my colleague. But she went up to me. She was like, "I need to tell you something that I really need to get off my chest." And I was like, okay. Are you quitting? And she was like, "No, I'm pregnant." And I'm like, "Aren't you younger than me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm only 19 and I'm pregnant. What am I gonna do?" And I was like, I don't know. Is their father still around? And she's like, "Yeah, we're long distance though." And I was like, not long distance enough. I was just like cleaning up the floors, and this girl comes up to me looking like she's gonna have a panic attack. So I thought she actually like had some issue with a customer, and she's like, "I really need to get this off my chest." And she just literally straight up told me she was pregnant. And I was like so shocked. I was like, I wish you told someone else. Like, why do I have to be the person to like receive this information? I was actually really afraid that she was gonna ask me for help or something. Like, she was gonna ask me to like help her take care of the baby or something. I don't know, man. I was so scared. I was so ready to say no to whatever it was. I was like, "Oh, is there something you want me to help you with?" And she's like, "I just really need to tell someone. I can't tell my parents. I can't tell my friends. So I just felt like I wanted to tell somebody, but I didn't know who. And I feel like you wouldn't say anything." Anyways, no judging. We don't judge, we listen. But I'm listening and I'm judging at the same time. I was just like, "Oh, is this planned?" And she's like, "No, that's why I'm like really freaking out." And I was like, "Are you sure you're pregnant?" And she's like, "I checked last night." And then I was like, "Maybe you should check again just to be sure, because usually like when you're pregnant, you want to check like a couple times." And she's like, "Oh, should I check now?" And I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, "I'm really anxious." And I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna go on my lunch break soon so I can buy you the pregnancy test." But like, I went to buy that pregnancy test thingy at the pharmacy, and the pharmacist was like, "You look very young." And I was like, "It's not me." And she was like, She's like, "It's actually back in my day, it was normal for younger folks to be pregnant." I literally was so pissed. It's that woman from Shoppers. Fucking Shoppers, like, fucking hiring these employees that should mind their own business. When someone goes to a retail store and I have to be their cashier and they buy, like, underwear, I don't go like, "You picked the floral underwear." You don't fucking, like, say these things when you just don't, you just shut the fuck up and you get like, "Thank you for shopping." Anyways, about that shit, because I'm such a good fucking person sometimes. Like, I just wanted to have my lunch break, but I felt bad for this girl, so I was like, "You know what? If you want, I can buy it for you, so then you can just like take some time to kind of like cool down." So I bought it for her. And I was like, the lady at the pharmacy thought I was pregnant. She was like, "Ha ha ha ha." I was like, "Ha ha ha, nothing." Spent like 20 minutes on my break doing this. She didn't do it on her lunch break. I guess she didn't want to sacrifice lunch, which I guess is fair. She decided to like go and test this out during her shift. So she was like, "Hey, can you like look after my sections for a couple minutes? I'm gonna, do the test." And I was like, in my brain, I'm so sorry guys, this is just how I operate. I was just like, why the fuck did you not do it on your lunch break? I know you're pregnant, girl, but like, it's not like you're 6 months in, man. It's been like a couple days. But I still said yes. I was like, "Okay, I'll look after the section." She was gone for 40 minutes. I was like, "Okay, girl, like, tell me if you want to go on a fucking lunch break, like ×2. Well, to be fair, she came back sobbing and she was like, "I'm pregnant." And I'm like, "Are you sorry or are you happy?" I wasn't sure if she was happy or not. She was crying. Yeah, so I was just like, "Oh, it's okay." And then she like asked the manager if she could just like go home for the rest of the day. So I ended up looking after the 2 sections for like the rest of the day. Spent like fucking $20. It's expensive. This pregnancy test thing does not cost $3. It costs like $20. That's like a whole meal. And then I had to look after a section the rest of the day. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm pregnant. Didn't pay you back? No. It's okay, I don't really care. $20 is $20, whatever. I feel like a grumpy old man. I'm like, "Oh my god, I had to pay $20. And then if you guys are like, "Oh, she didn't pay you back," I'll be like, "Yeah, it's whatever, $20. Like, I'm annoyed, but like, I'm also like empathetic. I'm empathetically annoyed.